Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is your 30-minute Vinyasa flow. I'm so excited that you're here, that you made this amazing choice to show up however you are, wherever you are. No props are required for this sequence. However, feel free to grab a couple of blocks. We might be playing with our half splits and our pyramid shape. So go ahead and grab a couple blocks if you'd like. We will start in a comfortable seat towards the back of your space. For me, I'm going to choose a supported hero's pose with a block underneath the seat. You're welcome to join me, or perhaps you'd prefer to be cross-legged. Take a moment to invite a little length in the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Embrace any small movements to find your center. Maybe closing down the eyes. Noticing the temperature, the texture of the ground as it comes up to meet you. And deepen the breath. Over time, perhaps you cultivate a steady, even cycle. Inhales and exhales. Embracing the tiny spaces between the top of your inhale maybe even the bottom of your exhale, noticing the temperature of the mouth. As any stale or stagnant breath leaves the body. Maybe even sending a bit of gratitude to this action of the breath. Recognizing it as your life force here, and maybe even as you travel off your mat today. We'll take a deep breath in and out together. Inhaling completely. Pausing at the top, embracing this fullness. Maybe take an extra sip. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Hugging the navel in. Sending the breath out. Pausing at the bottom. Suspending the breath. And returning to your regular cycle of breath in and out. Maybe choosing to seal the lips, giving the breath a little bit of texture or sound. Finding your ujjayi breath, a cooling, grounding pranayama, soft constriction at the back of the throat. And you can wiggle fingers and toes, shift forward, finding your tabletop shape, taking any props off to one side. Spreading the fingertips wide here, tucking the toes. Inhale for cow. Send the belly towards the earth, the crown towards the sky. Maybe tick-tock the chin side to side. And exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, reversing this motion, honoring the length of your exhale. And inhale for cow. Maybe send the hips towards the heels. Exhale for cat. Ripple forward like a wave. One more. Inhale for cow. Hips to heels. Really sink the weight into the heels to stretch to the bottoms of the feet. And exhale like a wave. Send it forward, chin to chest. And we'll root down through the left hand, neutral spine. Inhale, right hand high. Big breath in. Exhale, thread and hover. Right hand reaches underneath your left shoulder. Inhale to reach. Exhale to thread and hover. Inhale to reach. Last one. Exhale, thread the needle. Right hand reaches underneath your left shoulder. Maybe making this a little bit more of an active shape here. Pressing the left palm into the earth, leveling out the hips. You're welcome to untuck the toes if that feels good. And press into the left hand. Inhale, unravel, reach your right arm high. Maybe roll out the right wrist. And release. Right palm roots into the second side. Left hand reaches. Deep breath in. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale to reach. Exhale, thread and hover. Maybe bending generously into your right elbow. Inhale to reach. Last one. Exhale, thread the needle. Second side. Left ear and cheek meet the earth or a block. We won't be here for long. Take a moment to level out the hips and press firmly into the right palm. Deepening the breath to intensify sensation if you'd like. And root down through the right hand. Inhale, re-extend the left arm high, maybe rolling out that wrist. And exhale to release. We'll walk the palms forward just a bit. Lifting the toes, find your half plank. Deep breath in, maybe spinning the elbow creases to look away from the body, slight doming through the back, the upper back body, as we drive the heart forward, maybe slight tuck of the chin. Find an inhale here and an exhale here, seeing if maybe it inspires a little bit of core engagement as we hug the navel up and in. Inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to the abdomen. Slow and steady. Slide the palms forward for Sphinx pose. Shoulders over the elbow creases. Claw into the mat to drag the heart forward. Root down through the tops of the feet. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Maybe gazing forward or down. Option to loop the shoulders actively, maybe exaggerating this just a bit to get that nice lift of the heart. Broaden through the collarbone. One more deep breath in. And exhale to lower. We'll press into the palms. Lift to your plank shape. Knees up or down. Taking an inhale here and an exhale here. And we'll lower the knees. Keeping the toes tucked, take a deep breath in, soften the belly towards the earth, find your cow shape. And on your exhale, hover the knees, cat pose, chin to chest. Keeping the knees hovering, inhale for cow. Exhale for cat, and your hovering table. One more, adding on, inhale for cow. Exhale, hips up high, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, wrap the elbow creases to look forward. Maybe take the fingers to look slightly out and turning the toes slightly in and bending the knees. Imagining the inner thighs spiraling towards the sky as we press firmly into the L of each hand and charge the sit bones towards the back wall of your space. On an inhale, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, soft knees, step to the top of your space, Uttanasana, forward fold, finding a nice hips width stance or feet flush together. Generous bend in the knees, maybe shake out the head. Bend the knees, sink the weight into the heels, press into the feet, root to rise, round spine. Inhaling to reach high mountain. Exhale to cactus, maybe bend into the elbows, lift the heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale, twist to the left, to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Hip points stay shining towards the top of your space. Inhale to reach. Exhale to cactus, maybe we bend the knees. Inhale to reach. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale to reach. Exhale to cactus, bend the knees so much so that belly melts towards the tops of the thighs. We send the hips back in space. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Slide the palms to the shins. Get nice and long. Slight tuck of the chin. And exhale to fold. Let it go. We'll step the feet back to plank. Knees up or down. And on an inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly, slow and controlled. Slide the palms in line with the ribs. Inhale for cobra. Root down to the tops of the feet. Stay low, lifting from the base of the skull. Exhale to lower. Inhale for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Maybe hover the palms, pin the elbows back like little grasshopper legs. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale for Cobra. Maybe we zip the toes up together, hover the feet off the earth, pelvis imprinted on the mat for stability, lengthening through the low back. And exhale, release. We'll tuck the toes, press through plank or tabletop, and find your downward facing dog. Deep breath in here, and a long breath out. And we'll root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg high, hips stay square to the earth. Exhale, knee to chest shift forward, shoulders over the wrists, and step your right foot towards your right thumb, ground the left knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, sweep the hands up overhead. Squeeze the inner thighs to an invisible midline. If we feel like we're sinking down, causing any pressure in the low back, maybe come out just a bit and try to find that stability from center, core engagement here. Deep breath in. Exhale, right hand to the top of your right thigh, tilt to the right, maybe bending into the left elbow, trying to point that elbow towards the sky. Pressing actively, right hand into your right thigh, or reaching for a block on the outside of your right hip. Finding a little bit of resistance there. Deep breath into the left side body, and a long breath out. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, half splits, pull the right hip back. Flex through the right foot, deep breath in, maybe get long through the torso, slight tug of the chin. And on an exhale, maybe you explore bend in the elbows, rounding the thoracic spine, drawing the nose towards the knees. You charge the right sit bone towards the back of your space. Inhale to lift and lengthen, rebend the right knee, plant the left palm. Find your low lunge twist, left knee lifts, right hand reaches. Left elbow crease looks away from the body, inhale. Exhale, ground the right hand as you pull the right hip back. Find your pyramid pose, maybe reaching for blocks, staying high on the left heel. It's kind of a variation of our Parsvottanasana pyramid pose option to flex through the right foot. Inhale here, get long. Exhale, bend into the right knee and launch for standing L. Fingertips on the earth or your blocks. On an inhale, flex through the left foot. Try to spiral the inner thigh skyward. Light up through your standing leg. And exhale, release, forward fold. Left foot meets the right, Uttanasana. Round spine, root to rise. Inhale to reach. Exhale, rain it down, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the palms to the tops of the thighs. This time, weight is in the ball of each foot. Exhale, hinge and fold, let it go. We'll plant the palms, step the feet back to plank, knees up or down. And you're welcome to lower belly to cobra, cow cat, or sphinx. Or if you'd like, you can lower halfway for your four-limb staff, honoring the length of your exhale, and roll onto the tops of the feet, upward dog. Use your exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog, your breath, your movement. And from your downward facing dog, deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the nose or mouth. Hug the low ribs in. Root down through the right heel. Inhale the left leg high. Hips stay square to the earth. Exhale, knee to chest. Shift forward. And step your left foot towards your left thumb. Right knee grounds. Inhale to lift. Find your low lunge, biceps by the ears or hands at the heart. Whatever feels more supportive. Guiding the left hip back to meet the right. Nice sturdy base here. Right toes tucked or top of the foot rooted to protect your knee. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to the top of the left thigh. Tilt to the left. Doesn't have to be a big move to get big spicy, at least for me. Option to cradle the head in the hand. Maybe try to point your right elbow towards the sky. Maybe we reach for a block on the outside of our left leg. Finding a little bit of resistance, noticing how that might impact sensation. Inhale through center, low lunge. Exhale, straighten through the left leg, frame the left foot, half splits. Maybe you tick-tock the left heel, spread the toes. Take an inhale to lengthen through the spine. Think halfway lift. And an exhale, option to explore a bend in the elbows, maybe rounding, bringing the chin towards the chest. As you try to charge your left sit bone towards the back of your space, flex through the left foot. Inhale, rebend the left knee, shift forward, right palm roots, right knee lifts, low lunge twist, left hand reaches. Exhale to swoop the left hand down as you pull the left hip back. Find your pyramid variation. Maybe we have tented fingers or hands on blocks for stability. Option to flex into the left foot. Maybe keeping that right heel lifted if we're in kind of a longer stance than our typical pyramid shape. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to bend into the left knee, launch for standing L. Right toes turn down, nice and strong through our standing legs, fingertips on the earth or your blocks. Inhale here. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the hands up high overhead. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, half lift, your version. Exhale to fold, option to hop back to plank or chaturanga. Moving through your flow, honoring the length of your inhales and exhales. Meeting in downward facing dog. Deep breath in here, long breath out. Adding on, root down through the left heel, inhale the right leg high. Exhale, right knee to chest, step your right foot through, ground the left knee, low lunge, inhale to rise. Reach the hands up high. Half splits, exhale to pull the right hip back, option to airplane the arms. Inhale to shift forward, rebend the right knee, low lunge twist, right hand reaches. Option to find your horizon lunge, pivoting to the outside edge of both feet, reach your right hand back, any amount, sinking the hips. Inhale to lift, pivot the toes forward, find your pyramid, your funky pyramid variation, maybe flexing through the right foot. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Rebend the right knee just to launch to standing L, or maybe we fly just for a moment in our warrior three. Any arm variation, left toes turn down. Inhale here. Exhale, left toes touch down, left heel melts, warrior two. Teeing out the arms, finding your nice hips width stance or wider, pressing firmly into the outside edge of your left foot. Inhale, reverse triangle, right leg lengthens, right hand reaches back. Maybe we pull the right thumb back and gaze up. Roll the heart open. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Maybe we scooch the left foot up just a bit. Pull the right hip back, melt the left hip forward. Reach for a block, the shin, the ankle, maybe the outside of the right foot. Maybe reach our left hand to the sky. Option to bring the gaze with you. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Prioritizing length in your side body. One more inhale here. Exhale to cartwheel the left palm down. Frame the right foot. Rebend the right knee. And step the right toes back. Option to find your one-legged flow, one-legged plank for a little bit of extra zest, a little bit of extra spice. And we'll find our downward facing dog. Take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides of the body. And a deep breath in and a long breath out. Root down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, ripple forward like a wave. Think cat pose and step your left foot towards your left thumb. Right knee grounds. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, airplane the arms, half splits. Left hip pulls back. Maybe keep a little bend in the left knee to keep right knee stacked under your right hip. Inhale to shift forward, plant the right palm, low lunge twist, left hand reaches, heart peels open. Option to pause here or find your horizon lunge, pivoting up to the outside edge of both feet, reaching your left hand forward, rainbow through the left ribs. You sink the hips any amount. Inhale to lift the hips, toes spin to look forward, straighten through both legs. Find your pyramid variation, maybe flex through the left foot. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Bend into the left knee just to launch for warrior 3 or standing L. Right toes turn down. Option 2, keep this bend in the left knee. Lower your center of gravity. Glide the shoulder blades down the back body. Stability from center. Right foot kicks into an imaginary wall. Inhale. Exhale, light as a feather. Right toes touch down for warrior 2. Right heel melts. Windmill the palms open. Find your foundation. Come home to your steady breath. And we'll inhale, reverse triangle. Left leg straightens, left hand reaches. Maybe pull the left thumb back, roll the heart open. Exhale, Trikonasana, second side. Option to shorten your stance if that feels good. Pull the left hip back, right hip melts forward. Prioritizing length in your torso. Reaching for the shin, the ankle, or a block on the outside edge. Maybe even the big toe of the left hand. Embracing a twist from center to peel the heart open towards the sky. Maybe gaze at your right thumb. Inhale here. And exhale here. Beautiful work, my friends. Rebend into the left knee. Cartwheel the palms down to frame the left foot. Find your flow. Maybe left toes stay lifted. And we'll take it back to downward facing dog. One more time. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out through the mouth. Let it go. And then inhale, come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, soft knees, step to the top of your space, Uttanasana. Forward fold, take the feet a little wide here. Maybe bend and sway. Reach for opposite elbows if that feels good. Shaking the head gently, yes and no. Steadying the breath. Slowing it down. And taking the toes out, heels in. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to sink for Malasana, your yogi squat, hips towards the earth or towards a block. Taking a moment to press the knees open, either with the help of your elbows, if you're sitting between the heels, whatever helps your lumbar spine, your low back, lengthen towards the earth. Maybe pressing the palms together, drawing them gently, the thumbs underneath the ribs, seeing if that lifts the heart any. Maybe closing the eyes. 3 steady breaths here. You can flutter the eyes open if you had them closed. Plant the palms behind you for a little bit of negotiating of your landing, and sink your booty bones back towards the earth. Kick both legs out long in front of you. Point through the toes, reach the fingertips forward, palms face up. Take a deep breath in to lift the heart. And on your exhale, slow and controlled, starting from the tail, roll it down. Reaching out long when you arrive, full body stretch. And on your exhale, knees to chest, give yourself a little squeeze. We'll allow both feet to meet the earth. Plant the palms to frame the hips. Knees point towards the sky, feet about hips width. And inhale to curl the tail towards the sky, lift the hips, deep breath in. And on your exhale, pause here. Option to reach for a block underneath the hips for your bridge shape. Or press into the feet. Lengthen the tail towards the backs of the knees. As you press into the triceps, maybe even snuggle the shoulder blades beneath the body. And press into the triceps like you want to tear the mat apart. Core turned on here if you're in your active bridge shape. One more inhale, chest towards the chin and chin towards the sky. And exhale to lower and release. Sink the hips back down. Give the knees one more squeeze or find a little windshield wiper motion. And you can take the feet maybe mounts width or just wider than the hips. Allow the knees to knock in towards the midline. Maybe a little internal hip rotation here. Your constructive rest. Or if you'd like a little bit more opening in the hips, maybe you opt for Supta Baddha Konasana, recline bound angle. Feet together, knees wide. Inviting the pull of gravity into this portion of your practice. Maybe resting the hands at either side or on the torso, just to bring a gentle awareness to the rise and fall of breath as it blooms through the body. You're welcome to close the eyes here or soften the gaze. And bring an awareness to the space between the whole top row and the whole bottom row of teeth. Taking note of what the tongue is doing in the mouth. And seeing how it feels to allow it to soften to the bottom of the mouth. Noticing any softness that may arise from this simple gesture of release. You're welcome from here to kick the legs long for a more traditional Shavasana shape. Adding or subtracting any props to meet yourself where you are. Bring the earth up to meet you, to hold you here in space as you rest and digest the nutrients of your practice in your Shavasana. You are welcome to stay in your Shavasana shape for as long as you'd like, but I do want to respect your time and let you know the end of our 30 minutes is approaching. So, if that's your cue to begin bringing the body back to wakefulness with care, I invite you to deepen the breath. Bring an awareness to air on your skin, sounds nearby. Wiggle fingers and toes, noticing the points of contact your body makes with the surface supporting you. And when you're ready, stretching out long, taking a deep breath in, and a long breath out to hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself one more squeeze, making your way to one side or the other with the gaze soft or the eyes still closed down. And pressing yourself up mindfully to a comfortable seat, whatever that feels like to you today. You can join the thumbs together at the heart, Anjali Mudra, taking a moment to soften the face. Invite length in the spine and ease in the breath. Simply noticing how it feels, taking a brief inventory of the body and the mind. Maybe cultivating a bit of gratitude for this time you carved out to meet yourself where you are, to hold space for your breath, for your life force. We'll take a cycle of breath together to celebrate this time spent in community doing yoga and honor that decision you made to fill your cup with a practice of breath and movement. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice, not only with me, but with each other. Thank you for trusting me to be your guide and bringing a little bit more presence to your world and in turn the world of those around you. Namaste.